Hi guys, hope everybody's well, hope everybody is surviving this coronavirus business. So I've been at home all week because the missus has been a bit ill, so they said, they've said to isolate yourself if you have a cough or whatever, and the missus had a cough. And then I'll probably do the same next week because she'll be back to work Monday. But I can work from home just as easily, so I've been working from home. It's a bit of cabin fever being trapped indoors, but I'm doing a lot of tidying. I'm tidying, rearranging the game room. We've got a house guest coming, so I'm kind of rearranging some other stuff in the house so that we can make room for her. And so I've just got some pickups that I want to get out of the way so I can put them away and tidy up and rearrange everything. We've got, of course, a couple of big box titles here and a couple of bits from events and then random stuff. So I guess I'll start with, I went to play Margate, so Play Expo Margate. So I went down with Steve, Gashead Steve, who very kindly drove, and he also drove Chris Novabug and Bill, Games Made of Cardboard. Formerly, what was Bill formerly? Late Night Reviews. So we drove down just for the Saturday, went very early, and it was a really small event. I had fun, but I think one day was enough, and they actually ran it from the Friday, Saturday and Sunday, but I think because it was quite small, one day was enough. But it was a good social, good day out, but I did also buy a couple of bits there. So first one I bought was Point Blank on the PlayStation. Now this is one of those games that I always loved, and it just isn't in the collection. I've always been meaning to add it to the collection. I have 2 or 3. I can't remember which one I have, but I definitely have been after this one for a while. She had a tenner on it. There's a little sticker there saying a tenner, but I think I offered 7-8 quid, and she took it. But tenner's pretty much a reasonable price anyway, but I thought I'd try my luck, and it worked, yeah. So that was like I said, 7-8 quid, and it is absolutely minty. The manual is really perfect, and the disc, everything, is just gorgeous condition. So that's always very nice. It does say not to be sold separately on the back, so maybe this was a pack in with the gun. I'm not sure. Now, the other game I got was from a stall, and it says Pixel Games here. So it must be Pixel Games. The guy actually knew me, and he said I bought something off him on Facebook previously. There's a bit of a sticker on here, but I'm going to have to get rid of that. But it's Super Mario All-Stars on the Super Nintendo. Another one that I really loved as a child and don't have in the collection. And it's pretty good nick. He had 25 quid on it there, and I kind of ummed and ahed, and he said he'd do it for 20 quid. So I was more than happy to pay 20 quid for that. It's lovely nick. It is in a box protector there, but it is really gorgeous condition, all complete with a manual and everything. So yeah, chuffed with that. And the last thing I bought was, I was umming and ahhing over these, and it's funny because the last sort of 5 or 6 events, probably for over the last 3 years, every time I go to an event I'm like, I'm going to buy one of these, I'm going to buy one of these. And I finally gave in and bought one, and it's like a Super Famicom themed Game Boy Advance, and it has this new IPS screen. Now annoyingly, I bought this off the guy, a really nice guy, and then yeah, I found out old Daz Cajones de Loro is doing these and selling them, so I would have bought one off you, Daz, had I known, but never mind. So I've got Advance Wars 2 in here because that's my favourite Game Boy Advance game, and I've been playing that to death, but I would like to get an Everdrive for this. But I'll just show you the kind of quality of the screen. It's, it's miles away from the original Game Boy Advance, and it's way better than even the Game Boy Advance SP. And I love my SP, but I think it's just more comfortable holding, especially got reasonably large hands, it's more comfortable holding these for a prolonged period. So that is awesome, really chuffed with that. I've been playing a lot of Advance Wars 2. Now, next one is a bit of a random Facebook purchase. So a guy on Galaxy Sega put this up, and he's a guy who worked for Watermelon Games, the infamous Watermelon Games, and a while ago, you probably can't see it back there, but they they released a game called Commando, and they also used to sell these, and this is like a DIY little cartridge and case. So this is sealed, but it comes with a cartridge and a manual and the actual sleeve for the game all folded up, so you can unfold them, and if you've got a empty Mega Drive case, you can just make up your own boxed copy of the game from this. And I just thought that's a really unique thing, but I do have a boxed copy. But yeah, you can't get these anymore. Obviously Watermelon, their website's not even up right now. God knows if that's ever going to happen with, you know, all the Paprim and everything, which we won't go into. But yeah, the guy worked for Watermelon, he's selling this, so I thought I'll grab one of those. It's probably my last chance to grab one. And he sent me this little Piazola postcard saying, "Pete, thank you for your purchase, hope you enjoy the game, all the best, Zeb." So that's cool. Another game that I loved as a kid and I have been meaning to pick up, and it just, maybe I'm stingy, but just waiting out on that right price, and that is Wario Land, so Super Mario Land 3. Lovely nick, you can see there, it is really lovely condition, and they seem to be going for like 30-40 quid on eBay. And you can see on the back there, it does have some very slight wear, and there's a bit of wear on the side there, if you can see that. But this was like, I think it was 16 quid posted, so I thought normally that wear would bother me, but once it's on display there, it looks mint. The front and the top is absolutely perfect condition, and it was 16 quid. It's like half the price of what they're normally going for, so really chuffed to get that. It's a brilliant game. Always loved the first two Mario games on the Game Boy. So much nostalgia, and they're kind of pride of place over there in the Game Boy collection, so it's nice to add this one finally. And I remember my mate James had this at school, and the first time I played it, and it really made an impression. Really iconic kind of box art as well. I love the box art on there. And another purchase, now I want to say this was Facebook as well, but I can't remember who it was, but it is a copy of Moonwalker, and it's the Genesis version. Now you might remember a pickups video ago, or maybe two ago, that I picked up the Japanese version of Moonwalker without manual, and I just wanted to do it as a stopgap because it was so cheap. Now this one's come up very cheap, and it's complete with manual. So although it's the Genesis version, maybe not ideal, but yeah, I'm happy with that. Certainly for now, a nice box copy, so I'll shift my Japanese copy at some point. Now we have 3 big box games, of course big box games, I'm still on a big box tip. So one of them is eBay and 2 of them are from another tuber. So let's do the eBay one. So this is one that I loved back in the day, I really loved, and I recently did a DOS driving games video, and it kind of reminded me that this is missing from my collection, and that is Carmageddon, the original Carmageddon, which I think was 1997, and yeah, reasonably controversial at the time. The UK ratings board made them change all the blood, because if you haven't played the game, you kind of run over pedestrians and you earn points for running over pedestrians, but yeah, the UK board made them change the pedestrians to zombies and the blood to like green goo, but eventually they kind of gave in, and the official proper game was released in the UK. But yeah, I remember, I don't know if I bought this back in the day or if it was gifted or whatever, but I had this on the PC back in the day and absolutely loved it. What a great game. And the other 2 are Amiga games. Now one of these games I've been after for ages, and was it this game? Anyway, I got these off Sinisteve, and I feel like I'm mentioning Sinisteve every pickups video I do at the moment, because Steve's always sorting me out with Amiga stuff. Now this is a game that I've been after for ages, and it turned out that Steve and I were both after this same game, and I think he even outbid me on an auction, because neither of us knew that we were going after it, and that is one of my childhood favourites on the Amiga, Escape from the Planet of the Robot Monsters. Now you can get the there's like a cassette case version of this, you know, like some of the Amiga games, they used to come in like clear plastic cases, much like cassette tapes, and you can get Escape from the Planet of Robot Monsters all day long for like £7 on eBay if you want that version. But I wanted this like small big box version, the cardboard box version. But yeah, this is an awesome little arcade port, and it's got great music, and I absolutely love the Amiga version. In fact, it's got a picture of the arcade cab on the back, but I didn't play the arcade cab until a few years ago, probably like 5 years ago, and it was always the Amiga version that I had the nostalgia for. But what a game, absolutely love that game, chuffed. And Steve ended up getting 2 copies of this, and he very kindly sorted me out one on the cheap, very, very cheap. Super grateful for that, Steve. And he also chucked this in for, I think it was for free, you know. Very kind again from Steve, and that's Lemmings 2, the Tribes, the big box version. And yeah, awesome. It's got a little bit of denting on the box, but for free, certainly can't sniff at that, and that is awesome. Really chuffed with that. I'll put that up there with my Lemmings, my original Lemmings on the Amiga. And the last pickup, I do have some board game pickups, you know. I've been getting really into board games, and I've got a few board games, but I don't know if people want to see that stuff. If anyone does want to see that stuff, I can kind of do a separate video and show you some of that stuff. But yeah, the last one is a modern pickup, and that's Skyrim on the Switch. And I just, partly because I've been inside and what have you, and when did I get that? I got it last Tuesday, and today my save file is like 45-50 hours already. Been playing it a lot, and I've been playing it as sort of as a support character, as in, you know, I'm conjuring Atronax, and I've got a companion, and I'm just sort of hanging back, and I'm doing a lot of conjuration and illusion magic and kind of trying to stay out of it, which is an interesting way to play it. And every time I play Skyrim, I seem to play it in a different way, but I'm really enjoying this playthrough, and it's very difficult. On the top difficulties, it's very difficult, and even though now I'm like level 36, I'm still getting one-shotted by a lot of stuff. And yeah, it's a good challenge, it's good fun. But I don't know whether I'll keep this, because I mean, I've got this on the PS3, I've got it on the PS4. Maybe I'll just play through this a couple of 100 hours and I'll just trade it back in, we'll see. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it for pickups, guys. Like I said, I hope everybody's well, I hope everybody's staying safe, and yeah, I might do some live streaming at some point, we'll see how it goes. And I'm trying to work on scripts and stuff, but because I'm working from home, it's quite hard to get motivated to do script work and stuff like that, and video stuff in the evenings, but I'm trying my best anyway. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers.